Siemaneczko, jestem Jano. Dzisiaj kontynuujemy naszą przygodę z Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Lecimy. Continue. Ogólnie nie wrzucałem tego długi czas, ponieważ mam straszne problemy z nagrywaniem tego, nie wiem dlaczego. Coś się zawsze nie nagra. Może teraz będzie wszystko w porządku, przynajmniej taką nadzieję. Nie wiem czy słychać, ale mam nowy mikrofon. I jakbyście mogli napisać w komentarzach, czy jest lepszy, czy gorszy, to byłbym bardzo wdzięczny. Zmienię tylko napisy. Troszkę muzykę jeszcze w sumie, żeby było wszystko ładnie. Okej.
He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Podniesiemy sobie.
Why were you after him? I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shot.
Kurde, super są te wstawki. Naprawdę mi się podobają.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did. Anybody see Billy? The kids escaped, raised a huge ruckus.
Strzały latają tutaj.
Hell yeah. That gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim it. Guards were everywhere looking for him. I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slipped down. The whole town up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive. So that bastard you were after, what did he do? He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past. But hell, they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
Oh.
Me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and color. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun. Let's do this. So much lead was whizzing around my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We priced them too high, if you ask me. Let's do this. But where was kid while you were busy getting shot at? gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. In for the kill. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, there was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Musimy zbierać ammo, mogą się kostety. Dobra, jakby. Co ja robię? No, już musiałem skończyło.
What I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
You'd save your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. Dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Bill had lit out. Hello, Bob. I said, I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Przestań się ruszać.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well,
dobra, myślę, że jeszcze zagramy sobie jeszcze jedną.
That Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later.
Bo kurczę, króciutka była, więc możemy jeszcze raz zagrać.
So where'd you go after Lincoln? Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales. The Mexuales? I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Aż się zaciąłem, szczerze powiedziawszy, tak trochę. Dobra. O, lubię tą srebrną. Nie lubię tych rur, bo kurczę, strasznie nie korzystna, bo trzeba ciągle przeładowywać. A to lubię, bo ma 10 chyba strzałów, czy coś takiego.
And them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man. Over there! There! I did my best to help those poor passengers. Get him! Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They hit from on high like Apaches often did.
Nie.
They were peering numbers from above and rained down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yet the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
To trzeba dobrze z tym wsadem zagrać. Przecież dobrze zagrałem, o co mam chodzi? Dobra, zabicie. Jeszcze raz. Dobra. Jeszcze raz, ale kurczę, nie wiem dlaczego z tym wsadem nie zadziała. A, tutaj było zwalone, jak się umarło, to już się nie udało chyba. O, no, nie ma szans już. Dobra, to zrobimy to tak. Trzeba się postarać. Co jest? Możesz w dupę. A to się nie uda tak wsadem, z tego co pamiętam. Bo jest za krótki czas reakcji po wznowieniu gry. O, teraz. No i nacisnąłem, a to dupa.
They were appearing great numbers from above and raining down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them. Hold on, were you Apaches? What happened to the cowboys? Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, and I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see under the damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival...
O Jezu, nie! Ja walę! O! Nie wiem gdzie mam iść, nie wiem w którą stronę. Nie. Dobra.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Dobra.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to over and die. I just kept running like no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clan and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought,
Możesz w dupę.
what was I thinking?
Gdzie ja biegnę? Co się dzieje?
This.
Co się dzieje? No nie! Nie, dobra, kurwa. Spróbujmy. Gdzie te? Nie wiem gdzie. Kurde, bo się tak odrodziłem. Aż lipa. Aż lipa, o, może tam. Jest to.
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
Dobra.
That's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven. I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. That Masterson once told me
No co mówię?
to be lucky but good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the prey. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right. I was done running. The old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir.
Przeładowanie w sprincie
I
się
came
przydał.
at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Amunicja mi się w tym kończy.
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
O kurde.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Clanton, I'm coming for you!" A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest.
Dobra,
Because
to
that fool had a Gatling
tak.
gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. And I knew I
Przeładowuję.
could not let that deter me.
Lecimy dalej. Dobra.
Not to find and kill Ringo. I
Teraz
needed to
szybko,
get
szybko,
that old
szybko.
man.
Jest. Tutaj. Dobra. Okidoki. Teraz... Zaryzykuję. Uff.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me. Know yourself! Try me instead, you coward!
Dobra, teraz mi 4. Ciężkie jak gówno. Mam cię.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the Old K Corral.
Dobra, kochani, myślę, że to jakby koniec, jeśli chodzi o ten odcinek. Tak chyba dość długi był w sumie, nawet nie wiem. W każdym razie dziękuję wam bardzo za oglądanie. Zapraszam do lajkowania, komentowania i do subowania. Trzymajcie się i cześć!